Hello, my name is Sarah Grady. I'm the Assistant Director for the Lloyd D. Levinson Institute of Gaming, Hospitality, and Tourism at Stockton University School of Business. Today I am with Thomas Stanimirov, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself, his experience in the industry. Hi, Thomas. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So a little bit about yourself and your experience in the industry.
Yeah, so I am a 2017 Hospitality and Tourism Management Studies graduate from Stockton. And after graduation, I had a job with Chick-fil-A doing marketing and hospitality and some events. And now I am the manager of event operations for a small business group called the Madison. It is a catering venue in Riverside, New Jersey. So it's actually like 10 minutes away from my original home. So it's nice to like be able to move back home and get a job. It's good. And during a pandemic, it is very tough right now.
And so how have you been adapting to the pandemic through your work? Anything in particular been doing?
Yes. So my first day at my new job, which is what I have now, was the first day of the shutdown. So I didn't really go in. They called me a month later. We talked about what we were looking to do. So they onboarded me to do sanitation and cleaning and kind of just study what the governor and everyone is expecting, what customers are going to expect now. So mask requirements and getting masks for the entire team when and if they return, hand sanitizers constantly, and then just making sure we follow all Department of Health and Labor rules and regulations. So on top of that, we just added a lot of hand sanitizer. We added the masks, like I said, and then we added a tent to do an outdoor dining situation, which stinks because you have to buy another structure and have it ventilated just as much as your indoor structure. But that's okay because we ended up getting a tent that was just big enough that we could do the same amount of people outside as we could have done indoors. So it was nice. We did a 60 by 130 foot tent, heating and air scrubbers, fans, anything we could do to circulate the air and just keep it fresh.
So it sounds like a massive undertaking, but you're evolving and adapting to what is available and what's out there and what you can do. And that comes to the next question. How did your experience with Stockton really prepare you for this challenge?
Oh, I'm so happy you asked that. My boss actually said that. She was like, "Did you learn this in college?" Like everything I kind of bothered her with. And I was like, "Yes, I did." So one of my favorite classes that I refer to right now is research methods, because when I had taken that class with Professor Terrell, he had asked us some weird questions and things like to make us really think. And that was right before, actually it was right after the purchase of Stockton moving into the AC campus. So, he had us do really awesome research on how that affects a community negatively and positively and what things can happen, traffic patterns and weird things like that. So when we added this tent, we actually added it into our parking lot. So now I have no parking whatsoever except side street parking. So how is that going to affect our community? So things like that I was like prepared to look for. Then it just dawned on me as we're doing things. I'm like, oh, great. I need to be able to do an electrical box for at least a 10-piece band or a really strong DJ. And then I was like, wait, oh my God, what about the community hearing this music? Because weddings sometimes go till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So now I'm like, what's the noise ordinance? Like things like that. Like they just popped in my head. So now I'm doing lots of research on, on the township stuff, but also like, will the community really like us? So me being a millennial, I'm jumping on Facebook pages, joining, the Riverside group chats, asking questions, seeing what they're going to say about us, talking to the mayors, talking to the police department. So that class alone really helped me. And my boss was so overwhelmed. She was like, okay, write it all down and we'll do everything step by step. She's like, because I don't know if I can do anything as fast as you at this point. Like it was tricky. So that class was perfect and helpful in every way. And I refer to that class so much right now during the pandemic. Food and beverage is also super helpful. I've learned a lot with our different vendors that come in and we order from them. That class, I took that with Tara Marsh. She taught me so much about costing and upcharging and getting things right. And then I just learned, where you make your profit at. So when there's an open bar, there's an unlimited amount of profit you can make, but also lose at the same time. So that was good things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sounds amazing and great. Do you have any advice for current Stockton HTMS students or anyone else that might be listening in?
Oh, yeah. Definitely take away at least one or two things from each class, because you are going to use them. Some people in high school were like, what am I going to use trigonometry for or calculus for? And I get that. But in this instance, because Stockton is so good at making sure you are a good liberal arts student, but also making sure you're a good employee, definitely take one or two things away from each class, as that will make you so much stronger in the real world. And write papers. Writing right now is the most important thing I've ever noticed. So making sure your writing skills are up to par.
Absolutely. Great advice. Is there any question that I haven't asked that you wish that I did? Anything else you'd like to share?
Oh, no. I'm trying to think. I gotta think of that. Sometimes everyone asks me, like, is an internship really worth it? And I always say yes. And they always say, why? What makes the internship like so special? And the other thing is, should it be paid? I'm always like, yes, it should be. But an internship is so important because sometimes that helps you get the position you're looking for, or get the career you're looking for. I know I had an internship with Chick-fil-A, and it wasn't something I knew I was going to stay at. However, it went from me having an internship down by Stockton and then transferring over to a Chick-fil-A at home. So I could move home. I didn't have to pay rent. I didn't have to do anything crazy. And it was all about networking. So, that's the other advice I should mention. Networking is very important. Do not think you're too young to go and network with the world. Like, you can network with anyone through LinkedIn, going to networking events. That is everything. Everyone knows someone. It's like the 7 chains of Kevin Bacon or whatever it's called. It's real. It is very real around here. But no, I don't think there's any other questions I wish you asked. I guess my favorite class. That's always my favorite.
Oh, it's a great one. What was your favorite class?
Ooh, it's always so tough. Like,
and now he doesn't have a ready answer.
No, I know. It's always, who do you pick? Because all of my professors were the best. I would probably say food and beverage was my absolute favorite, because it sticks now to what I want to do and where I want to grow to become, that it's only helped my career so much more.
Well, that's great and wonderful to hear, and I'm sure Tara's rooting for you. All right. Well, thank you so much, Thomas. I really appreciate your making time to speak with us today.
Of course.
I'm going to end the recording now, and thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.